Welcome back, everyone, to the next installment of Dark Souls 2. I'm here in the Lost Bastille. I've beaten the Ruin Sentinels, and now I'm going to do stuff that I just didn't do in my first playthrough. It would have saved me a Covenant trip, I think. This is a thing that exists. There's a ladder out of here. They kind of look like something. Oh well. There we go. Took a while, but I found another hidden wall. And whoa, there's an item in here. A single rusted coin. I don't really care. But wait. Absolutely nothing. But wait. A chest. Target shield. I don't know if I've found that before, actually. Small metal shield with protrusions. Small shields are very light and designed to brush attacks aside and make parrying easier. Although I did find a great machete. I forgot if I got that on my first playthrough. The thing the big guys use. Created by strapping a large blade to a hilt. A crude makeshift weapon with low durability. Primitive weapons can be more effective at evoking fear than more advanced efforts. Perhaps this is why the wielder chose this fearsome creation. That is pretty sick. It's a machete attached to a stick. So it's just a knife but with longer reach because it was attached to a stick. I must have missed something. Unless this leads to an item. I guess it does. I thought it was some sort of exit. This is the big thing. Hush. I neglected to pick this up in my first playthrough, so I went through the whole Covenant where I have to kill 5 NPCs to get the spell, but I could have just gotten it this way. So there you go. There's our first little bit of extra content. Here we are in front of the Armorer. Let's see what he has to say, now that we have the Blue Moon Greatsword in our inventory and I haven't made this guy filthy rich.
Oh, I was hoping that you would come. I've stocked some new things up.
Right.
Well, did I mention before that I was on the desolate...
We got that.
They're all sad. That sword that you've got, may I, have a look at it? It's interesting. It's... Oh... No, I'm afraid this is a fake. It's not worth much at all. The original must be somewhere, I would imagine. Always open for...
Yeah, there you go. He just tells you that Ben Art's Blue Moon Greatsword is not the real deal. We've already seen that you can get it from the Dear Daughter Freya, and this is further evidence of that. So there you go. We are just in front of the Dragon Rider boss and Hyda's Tower of Flame. Except, I didn't raise any of the floors in this arena at all. So, I'm on a tiny arena. Not necessarily a bad thing. I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm looking for a particular attack. I almost died. Was kind of hoping that that would be it. I guess I'll get him nice and close to the edge. I'll see if that works. Oh, that was close. Got him. Ha ha! Easy kill. And I got a soul once again. Good for me. Oh, that was nice. And remember, the Dragon Rider soul can be converted into 4 things, but there are 2 Dragon Rider bosses in the game, so this will be the 3rd time I've gotten that. Hooray! Here we are in the Iron Keep. I thought I would do 2 more things. One is talk to this merchant.
Well, I think we have some here.
Well, cool.
I mean the treasure. I suppose there's good iron in these parts, but like. So, hey, you know that old fella with the hulking blue sword? He talks really highly of it. I got a feeling it's a fake. I didn't want to disappoint him, so I just sort of talked around it. Let me just say, there are lots of legendary swords out there.
Yeah, there's your second hint, and I think those are the only 2 real hints that the sword is fake, until of course you beat Freya and get the real Moonlight Blade.
Very well.
So that's cool, but oh yeah, you'll notice by the way that he gave us a covetous gold serpent ring +1, but I now have +2 for gold and silver. It turns out that there are some bosses that upon beating them, either on New Game Plus or at least on Bonfire Intensity 2, so you used at least 1 bonfire static, they'll drop those rings. So the boss of Earthen Peak, for example, dropped the covetous gold serpent ring +2, and the Belfry Gargoyles dropped the silver ring +2. So there's your New Game Plus advantage, or at least bonfire aesthetic. One other thing I thought I'd show you is out here. I took the liberty of clearing out the relevant enemies already, but there's something that I just somehow didn't think to do. It turns out that I can walk up to this door and turn the valve. I've already done that, but upon doing so, this happens. Rats. I don't die upon opening the door. That's pretty cool. So what's the advantage? I'll show you in but a moment. Looks like I didn't take out all the relevant enemies after all. What a pain. It does some damage, I'll grant it that. That's something. Oh yeah, and if you notice my bar, I actually have a Chloranthy ring +2 as well. That I think was the Executioner's Chariot. That's a weird thing to drop that. So I should just run into this room right now, but I'm not going to because this guy's a friend, otherwise I would just run in there and take him out. By the way, you like how now that we've beaten the Iron King DLC, you see these guys doing those like flourishes with their sword before they put him away, and the regular Elan Knights do that sort of like ninja run toward you before they draw their blades. It turns out that, yep, Sir Elan really did influence these guys. I just like how that works. Okay, so I made it in here. So what? Well, as you may have seen, there's a corpse in the corner I could loot an item from. There are also these, which are actually scary to deal with. You may see why. Nah, we lucked out. If I hit these, then they catch fire, but they also knock me on my ass and do some explosion damage. But other than the item over here, the real payoff is this ladder. Here I am at the second part of the dungeon. I got this door over here that I can't open, because on the other side is the Smelter Demon Bonfire. It turns out that you can just skip the Smelter Demon fight. You lose out on the bonfire and therefore a pretty important checkpoint, but you just don't have to fight the Smelter Demon. Somebody died? What? What? Okay. But yeah, the Smelter Demon is completely skippable, which is pretty cool. And just as evidence of this, across to the other side. In this playthrough, I've actually already beaten the Old Iron King, the boss of this area, and I haven't even tried fighting the Smelter Demon. He provides you with the Smelter Demon's soul, which can be turned into 2 items. But the DLC Smelter Demon gives you the same soul type, so I've already gotten both items. I don't need to bother with this guy again. Ever again. So I lose out on the checkpoint, but whatever, just beat the level. So there you go. Cool Iron Keep stuff. We're in the Shaded Woods in front of Man-Scorpion Tark. At this point, I killed the Duke's dear daughter Freya, and I completely forgot to talk to Tark after having done that in our first playthrough.
What skill? You've defeated my master. But our master never dies, and he changes form so that he may seethe for all eternity. Brave human, you have yet to face your greatest perils. Take these. May joy await you at the end of your travels.
Black Scorpion Stinger, and the second, Dragon Ring. I'd gotten the third Dragon Ring, which actually is the best one. Never got the second one, and the first one is acquired by leveling up in the Covenant, where you raise all bonfires to their, like, +3, and enemies regenerate forever. That's terrifying.
I have no gods, but...
Okay. Now, when we had killed Freya and we got the Pale Drake soul, I had talked about the similarity to Seath the Scaleless, and that she's in this crystal area, and Seath gave you the Moonlight Greatsword just as Freya does. They also had a cute little line from Tark saying that the Master will seethe through eternity. Adorable. So let's take a look at the ring, as well as the Scorpion Stinger. The Dragon Rings, I assume, look similar to each other. Ancient Dragon Seal. There we go. So this is the Soldier's Ring, not the Dragon. So the third one said, Ralmund's Knight of Drangleic served the king by guarding the fort until his own demise, and was said to have cherished this ring throughout his life of service. They both say that. Well, okay then. In any case, the third Dragon Ring is still the best one. It's basically Dragon Ring +1, Dragon Ring +2. But there you go. As for the Scorpion Stinger, I don't know if I got that before. Man-Scorpion Tark's Thrusting Sword. The Scorpion Pincer guard contains poison, which is injected into foes pierced by the blade. Tark's past is a thing obscure, but then again, do any of us know who we are? Let alone what we may have been. And it defaults at 200 attack? Damn, my +10 blade is 340. That is a Scorpion Stinger. Okay. I guess it's just a naturally poisoned blade. Well, that's pretty cool. We are now with our good buddy Ornifex. I've been getting some alternate boss weapons and things like that from other bosses, but I think I'll go out of my way to show these because these are the Dark Souls 1 boss souls, the Old Witch, the Old King, the Old Dead One, and the Old Pale Drake souls, respectively. Now, I've already traded all of these in with Strayed in order to get spells that I couldn't get anywhere else. Well, Ornifex gives me unique weapons. Yeah, this is my first time meeting her in this playthrough, so I get one free trade, which is kind of cool. So, first of all, let's go ahead and get that Moonlight Greatsword. The blade of this greatsword shines like the brilliant rays of the moon. In the oldest legends, rarely spoken of today, it is said that the sword was born of a great white being. Again, Seath. The strong attack unleashes its strength, launching a wave of moonlight, and apparently I can just do that. Oh no, maybe not. I need 18 intelligence. Oh well. And we can do the Old Dead One for the Crypt Black Sword. For Nito, that's not much of a surprise. Ultra Greatsword symbolizing guardianship over the undead crypt. The sword has never seen the light of day and is steeped in dark. A much more brief description. 12 intelligence and 12 faith. Then we have the Old Witch Soul for the Chaos Blade. A katana of unknown origin. Damage to foes also damages its owner. Wow. The peculiar pattern upon the blade suggests the sinister nature of this cursed blade. It is an alluring vortex and a lonely soul. That's a weird effect. Attacks also damage player. Got it. And there's one more. The Old King Soul. Dragon Slayer Great Bow. 30 strength for a bow. That is ludicrous. A great bow said to be used to down ancient dragons flying high above the clouds. Extremely large for a mere bow and more destructive than any ranged weapon imaginable. Yeah, the new Londo Ruins Kings didn't have anything like this. Is this a reference to Gokh from the DLC or something? Shooting this bow first requires the grounding of its stabilizing anchor, which takes time and leaves the shooter vulnerable. Also requires great arrows. Jeez. 30 strength, 20 dex, scales B and C with strength and dex. Whereas my great bow from the Dragon Slayer or Dragon Rider is B strength and D dex. But also it requires 20 and 18. Wait, are you serious? Oh. If I equip the Dragon Rider bow, then wow, yeah, it defaults at 116, whereas my level 5 Dragon Rider bow is 180. Then again, though, apparently this thing is quite difficult to actually wield properly. And apparently it's a lesser B-rank strength scaling than my Dragon Rider bow. Still, though, it's stupidly strong. Yeah, that's Go's bow, alright. That's pretty crazy. Let's take a look at the Chaos Blade. Yep, that's totally one of Quelaag's weapons. We have the Crypt Black Sword. Damn, that thing's serious. Let's go outside and swing it around. Yeah, don't get hit with this. Damn. And then we have the true Moonlight Greatsword. You like how it does 0 physical damage? It's all magic. So if I leveled up my... Like, if I just stopped being a tank, if I had just enough strength to wield my shield, and I stopped leveling up my strength for raw attack and I put everything into intelligence instead, then this weapon would be devastating. An all-intelligence greatsword, because it's all magic damage. Yeah, I can't do the special attack, unfortunately. But there you go, the true Moonlight Greatsword. So those are the Dark Souls 1 boss weapons. We are now in Aldea's Keep, and we're gonna do probably the biggest thing I missed in my initial playthrough. I am currently Hollow. And now I'm going to talk to Navlan while he is still safely behind bars? Mist?
Well, you're nicely hollowed, aren't you? Are you tormented by memories? Burdened by guilt? Now the question, are you ready for more? If you are, then we ought to talk.
You have my attention.
This contains my power. Long ago, this naive vessel of mine set about devising new spells. The fool dreamt of bringing new forms of magic into the world. But instead, he created me. Mostly by chance, but he did a fine job, I must say. What he sought was strength, and so I decided to demonstrate. While my vessel slept, I'd find my mark and hunt him down. But my vessel did not approve. And so while I slept, he sealed the both of us away.
See, this is a very interesting conversation, because remember, when we talked to him when he was human, he was cowering in there, like, for the love of God, don't let me out. So it looks like either he has a split personality, or there's a body hollow thing going on, where they have very different attitudes. The reason I didn't want to deal with this guy while hollow was because I'd misread something. Apparently, if I remove the mist and free him, while I'm hollow, he'll come after me.
No, I don't have anything against humans. But how is it that you go about defining good and evil? I'm only using what the gods gave me. How can that be so wrong? So what say you to a spot of murder on my behalf?
Wow.
If you don't, I'll leave this place and take more lives. Many more. I couldn't give a fig either way, so what's your choice?
This guy. I mean, I'll do it because this is the quest, but geez, how would you like to do some murder on my behalf, just straight up?
Yes, I see how very kind of you. I want you to kill a merchant named Gilligan. A greedy, foul man. He won't be missed, I assure you. Yes, bring me a ladder miniature as proof. Is the only person who'd have such an odd knick-knack.
So you see, this guy is very much like Mephistopheles in Demon Souls, who told me to go around and kill my friends in the Nexus to get greater and greater rewards. Now, as it happens, remember that if you pay Gilligan 12,000 souls to build the longest ladder, then, well, no, not even. You could just buy the thing off of him anyway. I forgot if you had to do the 12,000 souls ladder for that or not, but I already have the miniature. So I don't need to go home and kill Gilligan. There's no need to do it. So let's just take care of this.
Fine work. This is my thanks. Take it.
Dispelling ring. I don't believe I have one of those.
Now let's discuss our next mark.
Right to business, this guy. Dispelling ring. Where do I even find that? Okay. A protective ring set with gemstones of 4 different colors. Increases the wearer's resistance to magic, lightning, fire, and dark. Nice. The artistry required to attune the varying powers of 4 different stones within one ring could only be described as transcendental. There is only one sorcerer who could have done this, a man from the lost land of Lotus. And this is the first reward.
I want you to kill one more. Your target will be Kale, the man who's drafting that map. While I was trapped in here, he touched me, that maniac, like I was some rare specimen. He wore a strange helm. Bring it back as proof. Yes, I knew I could count on you.
I like this guy's acting.
Perhaps this will slake my thirst.
Yes. I'm curious. I still have the ladder miniature. Huh. It makes me wonder if I will lose the helmet if I bring it from Kale. I guess I'll see what happens. Of course, I already have Kale's armor set from having completed his quest, which took the course of the entire game. But precisely because it was that much of a pain in the ass, I'm not quite inclined to do that again. So I'll go ahead and kill Kale. I think if I do that, he drops just the helm. That's why you're really better off doing the side quests, because you get more from them that way. Gilligan, I believe, drops the sword that he gave me when I paid for the ladder. Maybe that's what it was. I think paying for the giant ladder is what gave me the sword, and not the... well, like I was saying, the sword and not the... ladder miniature. Sorry, I am quite distracted by Kale apparently not being here. Oh, wait a minute. I bet you I know what's up. He can't be in here because I had to unlock the house. I bet you that's what it is. Please, 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 please. Now we're talking. Alright. Sorry, my man. Got the helm. Also, I'm a jerk.
Fine work. This is my thanks. Take it.
Simpleton Spice? That's freaking lame.
Let's discuss our next mark.
I do keep the helmet. Okay. And by the way, when I did the quest for Falcon getting his whole armor set, I think I had said that the Sunset Staff is like only something he gives to me and doesn't drop or something like that. Maybe I was wrong about that. Maybe it was other parts of his equipment or something, because I have to kill him to get the staff. So maybe it was just the whole Hexter set or something. I'm not 100% on that. But let's discuss our next mark.
I want you to kill one more. Your target is Falcon the Hexer. As proof, bring me that peculiar scepter of his. What do you say?
I love how for Kale he gives a reason, he just pissed him off. But for Falcon he's like, nah, take him out.
Yes, very good. But he will be formidable. Be cautious.
Good thing I'm in his good graces, because here's the staff.
Fine work. This is my thanks. Take it.
Much better. Forbidden
Let's
Sun.
discuss something of importance.
Forbidden Sun is ridiculous. Like, listen to that name. That's a pyromancer, isn't it? It's gotta be. It takes up 3 slots, and only has 1 use. Pyromancy developed in Aldean rites. Fires a giant fireball with a widely encompassing explosion. What could possibly justify such excessive destructive power? In all likelihood, the madmen of Aldea never even questioned the need. And Aldea is mad scientist land, but now a matter of importance. This is actually a really big deal. Also... no, I still have the staff. Cool. This is the big one.
You could kill a dozen like that, and it wouldn't matter. I want you to kill someone of import. I want you to kill the girl in Majula, known as the Muse. They say that she is the last firekeeper, but they say a lot of things. That she's a gentle shepherd, lighting the way for you cursed fools. Nonsense. Once she is dead, I will have no regrets, and I will be content to remain here. The girl will have a peculiar feather. Bring it to me. Now go along.
this is a big one. This is the girl you level up with, so you really gotta be in it to win it. Now, the good news is that if you go to the Dragon Shrine, she just gives you this feather, which of course I have, the aged feather from the previous playthrough. An aged bird feather. So, okay, here we go.
Yes, that's the feather. Good. Oh, that is very good. Your reward. Take it.
Unleash magic. Every sorcery in the game. Did it. Also, I keep the feather. Okay, I was kind of afraid that... I know I haven't given him anything else, but I was kind of afraid I'd lose that. But I could always get a new one in this playthrough anyway. Unleash magic. I don't even know what that is. Oh, I was right on it. 58 intelligence. And again, 3 slots and 1 use. What the hell is this? Boosts magic within the body beyond even your own limits, but at a great cost to HP. The terrible deeds carried out in Aldea led to the unintentional birth of several shadowy things, all of them eerily malformed. So I guess I power myself up like crazy. Now, remember, if I talk to Navlan while human, then I can buy those 2 sets of clothing from him, the Witch's set and the Astronomer's set, I think it was. But now that I'm done with my killing game, where I only killed 1 guy, and apparently I didn't even have to do that, let's see what Hollow version of me gets from Navlan.
What do you require? You've been good to me. Go on. Tell me what you need. These are for you.
His set, the Chaos set.
Don't mind the specks of blood.
Oh my god. This guy's so good.
Now I am at peace. I will sit here and watch the world turn. Now I am...
Alright, so what can we buy from him? It's still... Oh, Astrologist, not Astronomer. And the Witch's set. We still have that. We have Thunder Quartz Ring +2. We have Great Arrows. Dragon Charm, Crimson Water, Bonfire, Ascetic, of which he has 10. And spells, which I have. Okay. Alright, we're good.
Well, as you wish.
What does he say if I... What does he say if I buy something?
Find what you wanted.
Man, this guy's fun. And, well, that is the Navlan side quest. So, at this point, unfortunately, as far as going for a platinum is concerned, I've done everything that I can in this playthrough. I have to beat the game now, because the last spells I need are purchased from the Chancellor when you enter Drangleic Castle, but only on a New Game Plus Plus. I could get these things from completing Covenants online, but I'm playing offline, so a third playthrough it is, I guess. As I advanced through Aldea's Keep, I realized I forgot to actually show Navlan's set, so let's take a look at that. We have the Chaos Hood. Hood worn by a Chaos Sorcerer. The man claims to have sealed himself away, but who's ever heard of sentient magic? It is no doubt difficult to judge the veracity of the man's words, but this hood certainly seems to possess an unusual power. Improves casting speed. That's pretty cool. Oh, what does it need? Oh, 16 and 16. Intelligence and faith. The robe. Robe worn by a Chaos Sorcerer. He calls himself Navlan now. That's interesting. Does he go by many names? What did he call himself before? Also 16 and 16. Same thing here. And here. Yeah. Alright, well. Now I look the part. I'm a badass. With... what? What's up with my eyes? Oh, I see. Curious. Well, there you go. That's the Chaos set.